we're starting to work through all the new things that they've added to the BERNINA 790 Pro. And some of the things that they've added on the sewing side include new utility stitches, new decorative stitches, new sideways motion stitches, new buttonholes, and even some new alphabets. We have found that taking the time to stitch them out would be the best way to really get comfortable with all the stitches. No matter if you've had a 790 Plus in the past and this is your new upgrade to the 790 Pro, or you've never owned a BERNINA before and this is your first one, congratulations, you've upgraded to an amazing machine. But there is a lot in here, and I think so many people kind of skip over the stitches. Now, what I have right here is a kind of a side project that I'm working on. This video will be up soon, but I've been making some headbands, and I'm doing them both on the sewing machine and on the serger. And since I was talking about utility stitches, some new ones on this machine, I was using kind of a good old standard one on here. Now, we did it on the serger also, and just working through, these are some fabrics I've actually printed from spoon flower. So I picked the artist that was my designer and then had them printed on knit fabrics, and then tried out a couple YouTube videos that I found to be helpful for how to make headbands that work for me. And this is actually probably one of my favorites too. But let me show you what we're working with. So just as you turn the machine on and a straight stitch, the stretch stitch that is most common to use is number 11. So I was using this stitch just as it is built in, and yes, I'm going to show you the new ones and show you how I'm excited about them. And I know utility stitches don't really get people excited, but I'm going to show you a creative way to use them next. Now, one of the things that I like to do is use the sewing machine to actually stitch as much of possible, that last little bit. Now, I do have to do the last little like inch of hand sewing, but I can do this whole little section. But to do it with this presser foot, one thing that I love about the BERNINA is that I can move the needle to the far left, and then I can almost just be kind of sewing on the edge. And so because it's such a small little round area and I'm having to like finesse it so closely by moving the needle, I found that was a lot easier than using it in the center needle position. Okay, so what about these other new stitches? So you can see that you have pages 1 through 4, and you can keep scrolling, but do note that from time to time, it is nice to open up this whole menu. So see this little arrow here? You can pop that open, and you can get everything onto 2 pages instead of 4 pages. So, and actually most everything that you can see is on the first page. So the new stitches are down here kind of in this 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So right in there are kind of our new stitches. Now, what are these stitches? Remember, you can always touch the question mark and touch the stitch. So if you're wondering what that stitch is, it will give you a definition and also some suggestions on how to use it. So I actually do use that question mark quite a bit as I'm roaming through some of the utility stitches that I've never used before. Touch the question mark, touch the stitch. Reinforced overlock stitch. Sewing together, finishing and reinforcing elastic fabric. So yay, elastic fabrics. One of the things that I do love is being able to print on lycras and organic cotton knits and all sorts of different types of fabrics when I order from Spoon Flower, or even print my own logo. So this is actually our boat logo, and now I have a headband that matches and with the logo on it. So kind of fun on that part. So you can do your own images, or you can pick from hundreds of thousands of artists that have images that, you type in a theme that you're looking for and you've got fabric forever. You can print minky, you can print fleece, it's great. Okay, back to the stitches. I said I'd show you a creative way of using utility stitches. Now, I've always been a fan of even just some of these more, what I call simpler stitches. For example, stitch number 10. When I touch this, now I love to use utility stitches with a twin needle. Now we do a lot of that in the BERNINA Stitching Cosmos online course. Twin needle is a very a lesson that a lot of people love because they have no idea that they can do this. We suggest finding a 2.0 twin needle, or they do make a slightly smaller one, but watch what happens here. It took that fun basic stitch that we see on the screen and it tripled it with a 2mm wide option. Now I'm going to show you what it would look like if you put a wider twin needle on. It's not as impressive, trust me, but look how fun that is. That's a whole new stitch. That's like doubling all the stitches that are in this machine. So before I show you like a wider twin needle, let me jump over to some of these newer stitches. And what you can do is you can audition stitches with a twin needle before you actually sew it out. So if you're kind of looking for one that might be cool, all you have to do is touch on it and see if you're going to like the look. And you can also alter them, longer, skinnier, narrower, whatever you want to do there. Look at these. Those are going to be fun. And voila. So let me go back to the original one. When you set it for a wider twin needle, let's do 4, you don't have much wiggle wide. When the needles are wider, they go more parallel to each other. When they're closer together, so a smaller number like a 2.0, 2 millimeters apart is what it's saying, you get more of an overlap, and that is what gives you those amazing stitches. So we are going to go over the new decorative stitches because you have tons of those in the menus. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually bring up, instead of bringing them up on screen, on the sewing machine, I'm actually going to bring them up in the manual that is actually online. So if you ever just want to hop online or print a couple pages to have close by, I know you have your manual, but sometimes it's nice just to have like a couple extra pages you can like mark up or keep as a reference. And those stitches might be just what you're looking for. So by the way, since we have a twin needle still engaged here, look how fun some of these stitches are. And I hope you'll try out we have free videos in our BERNINA Stitching Cosmos online course that you can check out to see if that course is right for you. You're going to find that we start jumping around the screen and doing things to stitches that you had no idea were possible. We jump into the functions and all these things that people don't use. And I do find that once we get them into that course, then they are able to explore their machine, start trying different things. What if I did this function with this function and with that stitch? And the possibilities are endless. So if you're kind of tired of sewing straight, I know sometimes we say that sewing machines get bored sewing straight. This is the opportunity that we give them so they can do more and do all the things that they're capable of. So if you are ready to take a journey of the lifetime, check out all of our free videos for the BERNINA 790 Pro, the 790 Plus tutorial videos on so many of the functions that are already on these wonderful machines. Work through those and then explore some of the online courses. We have the sewing one with the Stitching Cosmos. We have BERNINA embroidery ones to help you master the embroidery side. So you should be set for a while with this amazing machine to do just about anything you can think and dream. Let's get stitching together.